The Shimano ALDEBARAN DC redefines lightweight casting. It is now the smallest size reel in Shimano's lineup of DC reels, using just a small force to make low-angle casts using light lures below 5 grams, with minimized backlash and at the same time achieving long casting distances. Simply put, you cast without needing to be highly skilled in thumbing to get good casting distances on lighter lures. Designed for anglers who appreciate the subtle art of finesse fishing, this reel enables long casts with minimal effort. ALDEBARAN has always been known for its ability to cast lightweight lures. However, anglers often had to be highly skilled in thumbing to cast lightweight lures below 5 grams. The DC, on the other hand, has always been known for its amazing casting performance, mostly because of the minimized backlash. But there was a small issue with the digital control reels. Anglers found it hard to cast lightweight lures. Until now. Let's take a look how this latest DC reel from Shimano plans on achieving this concept. We mentioned one of the key points is for the reel to help you cast lighter lures, right? That's why we can't go on without first mentioning the MGL Spool IV. The eventual benefit of the latest MGL Spool IV is the improved casting distances on the reel. The concept might be complicated, but how Shimano did it was actually really simple. Here's how it works. Shimano changed the spool design. The MGL Spool IV has a unique shape with a reverse taper, which means the center part of the spool is slightly higher when you view it from this angle. If you've ever flown a kite, you'll know how the many layers of line will cause the middle part to collapse in, right? This is how it'll look like, making your line pack imbalanced. So, what's the solution Shimano proposed? By adding that slight bulge in the center of the spool, the first layer of line does not collapse in the middle section from being compressed by the second and subsequent layers of line on top. This will then give you a neatly packed spool of line. And when the packing is neat, the line will exit just as neatly when you cast. Imagine rolling up a charging cable. If you wrap it neatly, it's easy to uncoil. But if you stuff it haphazardly like this, it gets tangled and difficult to manage. The same principle applies here. With the MGL Spool IV, the line stays organized and evenly packed. So, what happens when the line exits the spool neatly? You get a reduced vibration in the spool, making it more stable. When you cast, especially with hard, powerful throws, if the line is packed well, it will come off the spool smoothly, like a well-rolled tape. If the line is not organized, it can bounce and vibrate, causing inconsistencies in your cast. The MGL Spool IV minimizes this vibration, allowing for more accurate and smoother casting. In summary, the MGL Spool IV helps ensure that the fishing line comes off the reel neatly and smoothly when you cast, leading to better control and performance. Much like how organizing your things makes them easier to use in everyday life. Since we're on the topic of the spool, there's one more thing that you need to know about the spool. It's been made narrower compared to the 2018 ALDEBARAN MGL, but still retains its line capacity at 100 meters of 8-pound nylon lines. This is more than enough for your casting needs. Not to mention, you get to pack in even more line if you use braided PE lines. The innovative IDC5 brake system provides 15 levels of brake adjustment, replacing the previous N, P, F dials with a dial that is much simpler to understand: low, medium, and high. Think of this as tiers of brake force, with low meaning a low brake force and high meaning a high brake force. Each tier has then 5 different levels of brake force. What this means is you now have a total selection of 15 brake forces to choose from the low 1 for the weakest braking force to the high 5 for the strongest braking force. On top of that, the IDC5 provides you an even finer adjustment of brake power compared to conventional digital control brake systems. Instead of going from 0 to 100 in just 4 steps, you now get 16 steps in between for even more precise adjustments. Think about dimming a light in a room. Instead of just dim, medium, and bright, having more levels lets you customize the lighting to suit your mood perfectly, from a cozy glow to full brightness. Or imagine turning the volume on a speaker. Instead of only having 4 settings, quiet, medium, loud, very loud, having 16 settings allows you to find the perfect volume level, whether it's just right for a small room or a large party. It's the same thing with the IDC5. You get a much finer adjustment on your brakes, calculated by the mini computer in the reel. In the end, what you get is a better casting distance on the reel. Now, for those of you who prefer higher gear ratios, and I'm talking about the high 7s and 8s here, you'd be happy to know that the ALDEBARAN DC comes with 7.8 on the HG models and 8.9 on the XG models. These are the same gear ratios used on the ALDEBARAN BFS and Kolkata Conquest BFS. Higher gear ratios will allow you to go extremely fast with your retrieves, so they are perfect for topwater frogs, fast reaction baits and fishing areas with shallow cover. Not to mention, the high gear ratios will get you more casts within the day when compared to something with a 6.3 gear ratio. And there you have it. That's all you need to know about this intriguing new reel in Shimano's DC lineup. Think you can really cast a 3.5 gram soft rod? Let me know in the comments below.